because it's affordable, it's reliable, it's available, and it is certainly a very important part of our sustainable future.
So one of the things we want to do is deal with the misconceptions around the greenhouse gas emissions from large hydro projects so that they will become eligible for financing.
And somebody was suggesting to me that we need to change the unit of measurement in Canada. We have to stop talking about megawatts and we should start talking about bragawatts.
We're also seeing in Oregon major data and server centers being developed by Google, Apple, and Amazon.
Hydropower is going strong worldwide, thanks in no small part to the efforts of industry associations that advocate for this vital renewable resource. For this video, we interviewed representatives of 4 major hydropower industry associations to learn more about their efforts, as well as to gain their insight into the future of hydroelectric power worldwide. Over the next few minutes, you will hear from Jan Lee, Executive Director of the Northwest Hydroelectric Association; Jacob Irving, President of the Canadian Hydropower Association; Linda Church Ciocci, Executive Director of the National Hydropower Association; and Ken Adams, President of the International Hydropower Association. First, we asked, what is your view with regard to the prospects for the hydroelectric industry? Each association representative provided their unique take on this question. First, the Canadian Hydropower Association, or CHA.
I think that our best days are ahead of us, and that's saying something because we've had some really great days behind us as well. Over 130 years of history in both Canada and the United States. We are the largest clean and renewable source of electricity in both countries, and there is nothing but more possibility for us.
Next, the National Hydropower Association, or NHA.
And certainly never more a brighter future for the industry. We're seeing a renewed interest from the standpoint of the federal government and their continued support, recognition, desire to see the industry expand and thrive.
Third, the International Hydropower Association, or IHA.
The prospects for the hydroelectric industry going forward look really quite good. The International Energy Agency, the International Renewable Energy Agency, and the World Energy Council all estimate that the installed capacity by 2050 is going to be roughly double what it is today.
And finally, the Northwest Hydroelectric Association, or NWHA.
Well, as climate change continues to grow, I believe that renewables will have a better position than they have had before, especially hydropower. In our region, hydropower, of course, is key. Hydropower plants have an extremely long life, and that's where I see that they have an advantage in the future.
Next, we asked, what particular efforts are being undertaken at your association to move hydropower forward?
Well, one of the things that's key to growth are policies that support that growth. And that's really what NHI is focusing on. We're really working in several areas to try to further public policy that recognizes the value of hydro and continues to move hydropower forward. The first is in licensing. We also have to be able to focus on appropriation dollars. And the last area is, in order to grow and develop new projects, we need incentives.
You need social license. You need people from all different walks of life to understand why you're building it and to see the benefits of it as well. It's a story of Aboriginal relations across Canada related to hydropower. And what we did is we talked to our individual members and we asked them to share stories with us about Aboriginal relations and their projects. This is a Canadian success story. There's examples from coast to coast to coast on how we're doing better and how we're improving.
We have contributed to the Clean Hydro campaign, which is a series of television ads that focuses on the benefits of our industry. That's been very helpful in raising the profile of the industry.
So, 3 things we want to work on. Creating a climate where funding is available, creating a climate where international and basin-wide planning and development is feasible, and dealing with the misconceptions related to climate change so that will benefit everybody.
We also asked, Where do you see hydropower being in 5 years?
Within a few years, most of the big countries will be not quite built out, but close to it. And so the new generation is going to go into places like Africa, Central or Southern Asia, other parts of South America.
Several areas in which we're now working include pump storage, for example. Oregon has enacted legislation to require utilities to provide a certain amount of energy storage in future years. Pump storage provides a good opportunity for the Northwest to use the extensive storage system that's already developed. And we feel that pump storage will be a critical asset in moving forward.
I see increased generation, a significant amount of increased generation. I see more sustainability in the sense that our system, our overall electric system, is more sustainable because we have clean, reliable hydropower, again, as that background.
I think hydropower is going to continue on the strong upward trend that we've all been seeing over the past 5 years. We're going to see that again into the next 5 years. You know, in fact, in Canada, over the last 10 years, we've built about 5,000 megawatts of new greenfield hydropower. Over the next 10 years, we'll be building another 5,000 megawatts of new greenfield hydropower.
Finally, we wanted to learn areas of focus that are unique for each of these associations.
You know, right now, Canada is the largest exporter of electricity to the United States. We send about 40 terawatt hours a year of clean, renewable hydropower. So we think that there's a strong room to grow because everything we hear from the United States is that it does want to clean up its electricity system. It wants to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions in that sector. We are already helping in that regard. We've been exchanging electricity with the United States since the beginning of our nation's first got interested in electricity.
But in the non-conventional side, marine hydrokinetic, in-stream hydrokinetic technologies, they have a real strong place in our energy future. And NHA, with our new Marine Energy Council, will be helping to move forward that industry with the same strong policy initiatives that we've done on behalf of the conventional side as well.
This last May, the International Energy Agency and IHA launched a prototype tool that will enable us to accurately predict the greenhouse emissions effect of any new hydro project.
In the Pacific Northwest, many industries are moving into the region to take advantage of the availability of low-cost hydropower.
BMW is developing carbon fiber material which they will manufacture in the Washington state area for their automobiles using low-cost hydropower energy. Also seeing in Oregon major data and server centers being developed by Google, Apple, and Amazon.
It's clear that hydropower is a thriving industry with a bright future. But don't just take our word for it.
Hydropower plants have an extremely long life, and that's where I see that they have an advantage in the future. They provide stable and really cost-effective energy.
You're going to continue to see a lot of development in China. We're going to start to see, or we're going to see the start of fairly significant amounts of development in Central and Southern Asia. I think we're going to see Africa move to the point, not quite where it can start actual development, but where the climate is, the social, political, and financial climate is moving to a point where you can start development. I think you're going to find North America, South America program more or less comparable to what we've seen over the last 5 years.
So I think that more and more we are winning the arguments and people are understanding the benefit that we bring. Benefits in terms of environmental performance, economic performance, reliability, and also general social benefit.
I think this is going to be an exciting, thriving industry that continue to recognize the bright future it holds, not only for bringing new people into our workforce and sustaining our energy system, but also in the sense of helping the next generation of America enjoy clean, affordable power that continues to move our communities and bring new businesses and economic return, and be able to move the nation forward in terms of meeting the President's plans and all of our hopes for a clean, bright future for a strong energy economy.